Donald Trump, you know him, the bloviating, narcissistic, authoritarian-minded buffoon. This guy running for the Republican nomination. His claims have always been that he's self-financed. Nobody's helping me get elected. It's only Donald Trump. He's pouring his own money into his campaign. He's not bought by anybody. People keep offering him money, but he's self-financed. And he doesn't think he even gets enough credit for being the only one, in the Republican, party and in the Democratic Party to be self-financed. Well, that claim is a bunch of BS. So the February 20th deadline for, releasing your, the campaign finances has come and gone. And it showed that Trump raised about $25 million, $25.5 million actually, to the campaign. So out of that money, about $17.5 million was personally raised by Donald Trump. But another $7.5 million was raised by individual donors. Doesn't that completely contradict what he actually says about being self-financed? So these are just regular donors. Mm-hmm. He has a big donate button on his website too.
Yeah, so if he had the intent to just self-fund his campaign,
he wouldn't be taking any money.
He wouldn't be taking any money.
Exactly.
But why is he taking money though if he's self-funded? If he's self-financed, right. Why would he be taking money?
Again, that $7.5 million that accounts for about 30% of the money raised, in the cycle. So what you're looking at here is a breakdown of the money coming into Donald Trump's campaign. Again, about 30% of the funds coming in are from individual donors. So that would be the brown section, and that's the blue section as well. That the total's about 30%. I don't know if you can see, but that green section, that's the candidate contributions. So that's Donald Trump giving money to his own candidacy. That's a really small section. Now, the biggest section is the purple section, and it's called candidate loans. It's 68.7% of this whole pie. So why would it be labeled candidate loans? That's pretty interesting for it to be candidate loans. If he's self-funded.
If he's self-funded, it would be.
Why would it be?
It would be under the candidate contributions.
Right. Best believe his intention is to use the funds that have been, donated by individual donors. He's going to use those funds to pay himself back. Mm-hmm. So that's even more egregious when you're talking about you're self-funded. No, you're not. No, you're not at all. Now, he is using his own money right now, but he's going to eventually pay himself back with the money that people are donating to his campaign. This dude is...
It's almost like he's loaning money to his own campaign. That's essentially what he's doing.
That's exactly what he's doing. That's exactly what he's doing. But he's making it seem like all the money is coming from himself.
And that's what, if you ask anybody who supports him, that's one of the first things they mention. Right. Oh, he's self-funded.
Yeah, he's not bought by anybody.
Okay.
Yeah. But you know what? That isn't really even a good thing because, okay, so when we think about, corruption in politics and campaign finance and how it's gotten out of control, we think about how corporations and billionaires are rigging the electoral process, right? Okay. Trump is...
He is the corporation.
He is the corporate. He is the billionaire. He's even admitted how he has rigged the process in the past.
And remember when he was asked... I don't know if it was at
the first debate he talked about this.
And they asked him, well, how will you be able to negotiate? Mm-hmm. How will you be able to compromise? And what did he say? Well, I'm in all their pockets.
Right. He's donated to a lot of the candidates on the stage. So he's telling you that he has already corrupted the process. So now what you're getting is a corrupt billionaire that wants to be president.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like cutting out the middleman.
Yes. It's insanity. It's absolute insanity. And all this comes from the buffoon, like I said, that wants to shut out Muslims from the country, you know, wants to build a big old wall, and it will say anything no matter how obscene it is.
You know, again, if you think about it, you know, it's almost like his business strategy is essentially just like his political one. Mm-hmm. I mean, he is a business bully. Mm-hmm. Essentially what he is. It's funny because most of his supporters think that you know he's gonna somehow magically create jobs, but maybe in like some other country, mm-hmm. like Mexico or China. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna create jobs there. Yeah. So it's just kind of funny how they his supporters somehow use his business prowess as some sort of indication of how much of a job creator he will
and how
be.
Things are going to get better
how
here
things
for
are gonna
them.
Get better. He's self-financed and he's a businessman. That should automatically make it better.
Look, people aren't supporting him because of his economic policy. They may say that he's a businessman. We need a businessman to create jobs, but it's so transparent what he's doing. All he's doing is talk. Being a businessman doesn't necessarily mean that once you become president, oh, now I know how to create jobs for a whole country. That's ridiculous.
So, you know, what do you think, you know, he'll do once he becomes president? Oh, wait, he's already said that. He said once he becomes president, he was going to, you know, put some libel lawsuits out on media outlets and journalists who write negative stories about him. So that's what he's going to do when he becomes president.
You know what is so hilarious is that this tough guy image that he projects, Donald Trump, you know, he's the bully. He can say whatever he wants to. He can offend whoever he wants to. I'm gonna build a big tough wall. You're not coming into the country. You better come in legally. You know, he like I said, he projects this image of strength. Mm-hmm. But when challenged, when something negative is said about him, now he wants to sue you.
You can't take it. That's what I said. I think his whole shtick is just a cover for his weakness. He's like an empty suit, man.
Look, this libel situation where how he wants to sue journalists and things, that is classic narcissism.
Yeah. First Amendment?
Yeah.
That's First Amendment.
But he's a constitutionalist. He will tell you he's a constitutionalist. Oh, I love the Constitution. But he wants to rip to shreds the First Amendment.